everybody, Camelia here, welcome to a new video. Should I call it a sewing vlog? I'm going to call it a video because I want to talk about three projects. So welcome back to my channel, welcome to a really very windy day in Germany. We have today here Storm Polly, which made quite a bit of destructions in the Netherlands, but here we are. I'm living at the border with the Netherlands in the north. So but here we get today only a lot of wind, nothing extreme, but we do have some bridges to clean up when this will be done. So I'm hoping that that's everything we get today. So today I want to talk about some summer projects. Actually, I made for Lisa a few things that she'll need in our upcoming holiday in Spain. So I wanted to make something for her. She's not difficult in choosing her clothes now. She's a little bit older, of course. She's almost 13, but because she's really she's tall and she's pretty skinny, she has difficulties to find the things. Let's say pants that are fitting her waist to be the correct width or the other way around. And so I was thinking there are things that I can make for her. So I made her again 2 bathing suits for the summer. In the last 3 years I'm making that for her every summer, and she really wanted some shorts, and I knew I had the perfect pattern for that. So let me start with the shorts then, because I have them here next to me. So the pattern for the shorts that I used, actually we bought from a store in the city. We bought a pajama with a pair of shorts, which are for her quite a little bit short, because she wanted to have the waist to fit her, but they are really short and also short in the crotch. So I was thinking, you know, I can do better than that. And I remembered that I had the Jalie pattern, the Bonnie Jumpsuit, and I really loved the bottom part of that jumpsuit. Actually, the upper part is also nice. The upper part is the bodice has spaghetti straps. It's double layered. It has princess seams here in the front. I cannot remember how is the back, but it's a really nice bodice also. As a jumpsuit is pretty nice too, but I really loved the bottoms, and actually I had this in the planning since last year. I'm going to grab the mic because I forgot it. I had this in the planning since last year, but I don't know, you know how it is. You want to sew everything for the summer and actually you end up sewing not so much. So I found my pattern, my Bonnie pattern, which it was already printed since last year, as I said, and I knew that I had some remnants of jerseys from things that I made for myself, and I had I had a piece of this cotton jersey from Minerva, and also a piece, really small pieces of this is a rayon jersey, and this is one of the Minerva Exclusive fabrics in the jersey quality, and this one is Little Johnny, I think, fabric, and as I said, is a cotton, but of course I had more fabrics and I made a few more. But a few words about the pattern, what I had to do to change, I mean to use only the bottoms. So the pattern itself, it has a back piece which is in one piece, and for the front, it's impossible to see here there are pockets in the front, here too. The fit of the pants is a little bit wider. I mean, the smaller size on my mannequin is a little bit bigger than what the pants are made. So I really like because the shape of the leg is not, it's a little bit wide, it's not so tight as here. So the front is made of, this is the middle front, so with the crotch. And then you have a side front, which is this one, and then you have the lower part of the side, which is also including the pocket. And I always write the things that or how they are written on the pattern, you know, the words and so. But something to remember if you are making this, if you have a fabric, they used on the pattern, I think Jalie used only solid colors, but if you make with a print and it's something directional, you should turn your pocket piece upside down. You see here I have some flowers because I double checked myself because the pocket is getting sewn right sides together with that side piece, and then you fold it down. There is a fold line there, and then here you have the pocket and the rest of the leg. It's a really easy construction, and I think that it's a really nice pair of shorts. I hope I can make for myself also at least one. So these are the pieces, but of course normally this will get sewn into the bodice and then put the elastic on. And I've seen in the instructions that the seam allowance or the channel elastic allowance also in the waist was 3 centimeters, and I knew that in my head that my elastic is going to be 2.5 centimeters. Actually it was 3. So this first pair, I find that Lisa said that it's comfortable, but I think it's just maybe 0.5 centimeter too short in the crotch for my feeling or from what I see. She's saying that it's really comfortable. Of course it's really soft, but for the other 3 pairs I just added 1.5 centimeter more. So from the original pattern I added 2.5 centimeter extra because you have the 3 from the original, but you need actually the same width. So if you use 3 centimeter seam elastic, you will need a 3 centimeter extra fabric to cover that elastic in this case, because you don't have the upper part of the jumpsuit. But in my case I even added a little bit more because Lisa is longer. I added 1.5 centimeter more, so I added a total of 4.5 centimeter to that waist, and also to use it as a facing or as a to make the channel for the elastic actually. So it was a really simple change. I went with the size of the, being a jumpsuit, the Bonnie is giving also the trunk or the trunk length, so you measure all the way around between the legs here, the crotch to the other side, and I use that to choose the size for Lisa. And also because it has elastic in the waist, it's a really loose garment. I did not worry too much about the waist being too wide, so, or the hips being too wide, because you know everything is getting nice and gathered with the elastic. Very easy to make, almost entirely on the serger. It's really a lovely project, and I think I really wanted to talk about it because I think it's the perfect pair of shorts. I think also it's a pajama shorts, maybe even skip the pocket. I mean, it's really easy to skip the pocket, although I think with the pocket it's really nice. If you have the Bonnie and you don't want to have the pocket, you just fold that pocket piece at the pocket line, you put it here, let's see, you are marrying first here down, you fold it, and if you tape this together and even put it together with this one, you just have one front leg and then cut that in one piece and you have the perfect shorts. It's really great. So again, this one is made in cotton jersey with a pocket, of course. I have this one in rayon jersey from Minerva, really great quality. Lisa loves them. I have here another pair. These ones are also really nice, made in rayon jersey. Also, this one is from Drissen, and I think this one is also from Drissen. These ones are with stripes, and I must admit that I did zero efforts to match the stripes, although if you are looking in the front at the crotch, they are fitting quite nicely. But yes, I think this is a really successful project. 4 pants, I think I have them in maybe 2 hours done. Really easy. I used for the hems, I used my cover stitch machine. I'm using the Euphoria from Baby Lock, which is always working. I had one time some problems I mean, I never had problems with this machine, always stitching great. And in one time it wasn't stitching, I was getting all kind of crazy tension problems underneath, and I was thinking that's impossible. I was getting flashbacks from my Janome machine. But then I realized that I forgot one little pass here with my looper. I skipped something, and that was giving me my problems. So this was the Bonnie shorts. Really great. I mean, you know, the Jalie patterns, they give you all. I am no affiliate to Jalie, I just want to say that. The great thing about Jalie is that they give you know, all the sizes from babies to big sizes, and of course you can make it for yourself or the babies. And I'm making for Lisa already I'm using the same bathing suit pattern already for 3 years, and every year I'm going a few sizes up. Something I wanted to share about elastic. Just going to get a sip of water. I'm buying my elastic. I always find it so tricky buying elastic online. I have no fabric shops here, and I must say that, you know me, if you are following for a while, I'm trying to do my sewing as cheap as possible. Well, as cheap as possible, but still getting the best quality I can get for the price I want to pay, let's say it like that. So I had a roll with elastic a few years back, I think 4 or 5 years, and it was finished a few weeks ago, and I was thinking, oh my god, what I'm going to do. I use it a lot for leggings, for pants, for all kind of stuff. So I ordered a new roll. Really great elastic. Is from the Netherlands. I think they do, I mean, they do send also to Germany and also to other lands, but it's quite expensive. I think it's 14-15 euro. I have an address in the Netherlands where I can get it much cheaper. But I ordered again, and I ordered the 3 centimeters. I was looking to order the 2.5, and finally I did go with the 3. And why I went with 3? Because if I'm using this in sport pants or something like that, then I want to top stitch the elastic, you know, to get that nice top stitching rows. If it was 2.5, it will not look nice if you are top stitching on a narrower elastic. But with 3 centimeters I can stitch, I can have 1 centimeter. So that's why I chose in the end the 3 centimeter wide elastic. And I also took something a little bit less wide. I think it's 25 meters. Also really nice elastic. They are from Fornituren for Fun. That will be it's in Netherlands, but there they have a lot of this kind of big rolls of elastic, and I think it was something like maybe 30 euros for 50 meters. I think it's a great price, especially because the quality is so great. Well, that was everything about the Bonnie pants. The next projects that I want to talk about are, of course, the bikinis that I made for Lisa, and I have this year, for the first time, she really wanted also a 2-piece one. Until now I always made the Diane, the 3893 one from Jalie, and this will be, I'm always making the add-on, you know, the normal pattern has only a plain front, but you have also an add-on possibility where is this one with the wrapping in the front, and they have also another version with a little bow that I made I think last year, and another one with a hole and a bow in the front that you can tie it up. So this year I made the one with the wrap. You can see the wrap better here inside. Of course it's fully lined, and here you can see it with the lining. Most of the construction is done with the serger. In this one I did use for basting the lining to the inside or to the outer pieces. I did use a zigzag stitch, but in the 2 pieces one I just went with the serger. The fabrics is swimming lycra, swimsuit fabric, and I think they are from I'll have to look, or a Royal Look Puntanel, or there is another store that I was looking for. But this one is really made with really small pieces from the one from last year. As you can see, the fuchsia is really hurting your eyes. I was trying not to look at it when I was working with it. But for the 2 pieces one, I used for the lower part, as you can see, it has a little skirt. I'm going to lift this up like this, because she wanted something with a skirt to cover her bum a little bit, although in the other one, you know, there is no coverage or something. So this one is also fully lined, or at least the underwear part, and it has this little skirt that is getting sewn on the lower part here, and the upper part is the waist piece with elastic in it. For the skirtini, how they call it on Jalie, I used pattern 3023. You also get like a camisole, a tankini in that pattern. And for the upper part of these 2 pieces swimsuit, I used the Claudia bikini, one of the bra options that they are included, that is pattern 4136. And also this one is fully lined, of course, as you can see here. I had really big troubles finding the wide elastic that they used in the pattern for the waist piece here under the bust, and they are using, I think, maybe 3 centimeters. I could not find that one. I found in the end swimwear elastic. The widest one, it was 2 centimeters, and Jalie, they have a full tutorial on this pattern. They are using the 3 centimeters, and then they cut the waistband on the size of the elastic. But because my elastic was so narrow, I just kept the width of the waist piece, let's say, of the under bust piece, and so I have the elastic here is maybe only the half of this waist piece, and I did stitch it on the sides. I added a row of top stitching to keep it from turning, you know, and doing crazy stuff. I think it's really, really cute. Well, Lisa is really, really small here, so I made the size that was fitting her bust, but I was thinking in my head, well, this is going to be really too big here at the piece. So first I made the waist piece from the same print fabric, and it was so not comfortable. So she was saying, like, you know, it's really nice, but it's not sitting really, really good. So I did have to take it off, but it was only with the serger, so it was not a big deal. And made another piece from the pink one, and I think it's even prettier like this. Something about the swimwear elastic I used. Well, I had from a few, 2 or 3 years back, I bought a bunch of this one. This is the one that they call naked elastic, and it's like a rubber elastic, and this one is working really nicely, I must say. It worked really nicely also without the Teflon foot, which I used in the past for this one. This is another kind of swimmer elastic, but this time I also bought, and I used a little bit in the 2-piece one. Also, swimmer elastic is pretty expensive, I must say. I had to look a lot to finally find a good price, and the one that I found is it was around 75 cents a meter, and of course I bought immediately a bunch of it. And this one, I don't know if you can see it, it has a little bit of I don't know, like a structure on it. And but the thing is that, and I think this is something really important when I'm sewing bathing suits for Lisa or whatever, Jalie will always give the elastic measurements that you need to use for their patterns, but I rarely look at those, because it's really very important to take into account how stretchy your elastic is. For example, this one is much more rigid than the black one or then the other naked elastic. So I always just I'm sewing and I'm stretching to fit the fabric and not really crazy to get gathers. But I think that's really something important when you are making bathing suits, to take into account how stretchy your elastic is and not blindly follow the instructions or the measurements that are given with the pattern. And here I have the 2 centimeter one. And as I said, first I made a mistake and I made that piece too short. I have it here still. And this one has also those ridges on it. It's not really flat as the other one. But this one was €1.50 a meter. So, you know, it's better to make it right from the beginning and don't make mistakes. Well, you know, you are learning from mistakes. Or at least I do. I try to do. Something else that I want to give you as a tip is when I'm sewing swimwear fabric, I'm always using a stretch needle. A stretch 75 needle is, I found that that's giving the best results. I never have, well, I will not say never, but 99% of the time I don't have skip stitches, and that is only because I'm using a 75 stretch needle. And that's something that I'm using, of course, only when I need to zigzag the elastic, the last pass on the elastic. But for the rest on my serger, I'm just using, I don't know, 80 universal, I think. I know that's like swearing in the church, but that's something that is working, and I'm not really changing the needles in the serger with the project that I'm making. Most of the time I do change them, but I use a lot of 80 universal needles. But in this case, for the sewing machine, I will always change into a stretch needle universal. So yeah, so this is everything that I had to say today. I don't know how long I'm talking here. My throat is starting to be painful. So I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you got some tips. Highly recommend the Bonnie bottoms from the Bonnie jumpsuit from Jalie, and of course the swimwear from Jalie. It's really highly recommended. At least for kids. I never made them for myself because I have a bunch of swim suits, but I highly recommend the Jalie patterns, of course. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. I really want to make video about my knitting projects, as I just finished one and I have another one on the needles, and I got for my birthday for last week some really cool knitting needles that I want to share with you. So I hope you'll join me in that video too. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye.